the more she's gonna love it.
Okay. Um, could you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
I mean, I just feel like the more money I spend on her, obviously the nicer the gift's gonna be. So why wouldn't she just like it even more?
Right. Well, um, I think it could work a little bit as far as it doesn't utilize too much money. And I think she would appreciate that. And then also, it's a surprise and it's thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's not necessarily the materialistic things that possibly make her happy, but it's the thought that counts.
Okay.
Okay. Um, I was thinking maybe you should be like on a financial budget. Um, and instead of going ahead and spending money just because you see it, maybe you can sit down once you get paid, write down just how much you got paid, write down your bills, how much those cost, and then how much you will spend on that. And then whatever you have left over, you can communicate with your wife and decide how to spend that money.
Okay. So like, don't spend more than I have, kind of thing.
Right. But it'd be a step by step thing, so therefore you can see it on paper. It's different when you actually spend money and you don't really see how it's affecting your life. You know, the bills, the necessities that you need in order for you to live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when you write it down, it might actually make a little bit more sense, and you might actually be a little bit more conscious of how you spend your money.
I see what you mean. So shouldn't just go out and buy cars, is what you're saying.
Yes, maybe you should go a little bit smaller, a little bit less expensive.
Like dinner.
Um, yeah, go to the grocery store, and buy whatever the ingredients are. Do you like to cook?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Well, does she like your cooking?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, that would be a good way to impress her. Have you cooked lately?
No.
No, see, there you go. That's a surprise. She comes home from work and the house smells good and, got stuff cooking. And guess what? My husband's in the kitchen cooking. That's a treasure, you know, uh, an ideal situation. I would say a wife may want to come home and see food being made for her.
I see what you mean.
Okay. Um, what are some other ways you think that you could surprise her or help her out?
I don't know. I like your
Okay. It might be too cold right now, but when it gets a little bit warmer, hey, go to the park, um, have a picnic, surprise her at lunch. Um, yeah, if you want to spend a little bit of money, buy her some flowers. If she likes flowers or if she likes candy or, they have those edible arrangements. You could use those and make her a edible flower arrangement and send it to her at work.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are other options that can be used besides just spending it on these outstanding gifts that may not be so useful to your wife or to you.
I guess I see what you mean. I mean, just feel terrible now because it's like she's upset with me because now we can't It's gonna be hard to pay rent this month because I maxed out all the credit cards, and so yeah, it's gonna be a matter of trying to fix all the mistakes I just made. So
Mhm. Do you view them? How do you view them as mistakes?
because of how everyone else says I was acting, this makes me feel like the way I was acting was stupid and crazy, but in the moment I didn't think so.
Do they understand your true intentions behind your actions?
I don't think so. I think they just see me as going wild and crazy and not thinking things through, and like right now, my sister is trying to call me and not gonna answer that.
Would you like people to give you a chance?
Yeah,
If you,
but I feel like nobody does. I feel like nobody understands me.
so if that's how you feel, why would you not give your sister a chance?
I mean, like answering her phone call?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't feel like just hearing how awful of a person I am, I guess.
But that may also not be the thing that she wants to talk to you about. She might just want to say, hey, how are you? Haven't talked to you in a while. Haven't seen you.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
If you hadn't talked to your sister for a while, would you want to hear from her?
Yeah.
But if you wanted to talk to your sister, would you want to tell her how awful she was or how much you think she's crazy or anything of that?
Not necessarily. I just want to talk to her.
Well, that might be the same thing she's trying to do for you.
So you're saying I need to start trying more with her and actually answering phone calls and my family calls?
That could be the first step.
I mean,
Or
what
you
if,
could,
I
hmm,
mean, what if it blows up in my face? I don't know.
well, you can take a step by step and actually text her and say hi.
That might be easier.
Yeah. Texting might be a better step for you. And it's, flexible. If you're working, and you're in the library and you can't take the phone call, at least you'll get the text message. You can ignore it if you choose to, and you can look at it when you want to,
Okay.
you know. What about your parents? How is your relationship with them?
Pretty much the same. I ignore their phone calls because they're just going to tell me how ridiculous I am and how I need to calm down.
Hmm? They know how to text?
I assume so.
Well, that can be another short-term goal that will be added to your safety plan is you could text each one of your family members closest to you, starting with your sister and then your mom and your dad, and just say hi.
So, okay. I mean, I guess that does make me feel a little bit better because whenever they're calling me, I feel like they're just calling to attack me, just yell at me. So, at least if I'm the one starting the conversation, maybe it won't be as bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can always look at it like this, where you can control the conversation. When you text, like I said, you can ignore it. You don't have to look at it. You can respond when you feel like you're ready to respond. They don't know if you're going to or not. You can read the messages and they don't have to see it. You can have time to process it and figure out when you want to respond back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a on the spot moment,
Okay.
you know. And then you can slowly graduate and go into, you can try to call, but right now we're gonna go back to just texting. Just texting hi, whenever you feel like you're ready.
All right. I kind of like that.
Um, so what would you say about all of the things that are on your safety plan so far?
So I'm sorry, it's kind of having a hard time focusing. So you want me to text my family? You want me to calm down on the spending, as well as, sorry, what was the other one?
You can also communicate a little bit more.
Yeah, with my wife. That's right.
Right. You said calm down spending. How could you calm down spending?
The way you said, make a budget plan and actually look at how much money I have to spend, not just spend it without thinking about it.
Do you think you'd be able to handle that? Which would be better?
No, I think I can handle that. At least it'll kind of give me a better idea. Who knows? Maybe it's something my wife actually likes to do, and do it together or something.
And then also, since you have agreed with to see a psychiatrist, I will help you set that appointment up. And with your wife's consent, we will also set up an appointment for you to have your initial session with couples counseling.
Okay. I mean, it seems like there's a lot on me to do this week. So, but I'll try.
Do you have any other questions or concerns that
I mean,
you want to talk about?
no, I mean, I just appreciate the fact that you're not just siding with everyone else calling me crazy. And it's hard when it kind of just feels like everyone's against me. But I guess these are like pretty good solutions to get me to really kind of settle down a bit, like everyone wants.
Also, when you said that, you feel like everybody's against you, I also thought about, and I forgot to mention this, what about a support group? With support groups, they have different types. And
Crazy's Anonymous.
no, wouldn't say crazy, but they understand what you're going through. And you won't feel so alone, hopefully.
Yeah, because it is, I don't know, it's pretty isolating to feel like nobody's on your side. So I don't know. I definitely would want to look into doing that. So I have like someone else to talk to instead of just my wife who's mad at me now.
Right. Well, the support group will definitely help you work through all of those thoughts that you have that you can't express or you feel like you can't express with anybody else, especially if, our session is on Saturday and you're feeling that way on Tuesday. You can go to the support group and express how you're feeling and, you know, walk through those thoughts with the group behind you. And you will eventually get a sponsor, and you will have kind of like a big brother or someone who has been through the program, and you will always have them to call on if you need them.
I like that because I feel like it's at least going into to talk to people that aren't as already upset with me, that already have this idea that everything I do is out of control. But I don't know, like you said, maybe my family doesn't even think that way about me, and I just need to actually talk to them. So
I'm glad to hear you say that, you're open to talking with them. Well, if you have any other questions or concerns, you can always call me or call my office and I will call you back. But it seems like time is about up. So,
all right, well, it sounds like I have a lot to do this week. So
just one step at a time. This is not a fast-paced safety plan. This is just to make sure and put precautions in place for you.
all right, well, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
All right.